Energy drinks may be appealing to students getting back into their school routines, but parents beware. These caffeine-packed beverages are not for kids. Here to talk more about this is Dr. John Higgins, sports cardiologist with McGovern Medical School at UTHealth. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Melissa.
Well, I can tell you from the mom of teens, they're very appealing to teens, and I fight it all the time. I do not allow it. How much caffeine are we talking about in these energy drinks compared to perhaps another beverage?
Well, Melissa, let's say a can of soda, like a can of Coke. That's about 45, 50 milligrams of caffeine. A cup of coffee is around about 50 to 100 caffeine. And these energy drinks vary from anywhere between like around 120 to 200 all the way up to 500 milligrams of caffeine just in one can.
Okay, so we see those numbers and we can see that it is an alarming difference between that and a soda. But what does that do to a teen? Why, can you explain why that much caffeine could be harmful? How does it impact them?
Well, we got a couple of factors going on here, Melissa. Number one, most of these younger kids are not used to drinking a cup of Joe every day. So they're what we call, a lot of them are caffeine naive. They're not just, their bodies are not used to it. Secondly, their bodies are smaller. You know, they're like mini-me's of us adults, so they're smaller. And thirdly, you know, when they are drinking these energy drinks, they're not kind of sipping on them like a hot cup of coffee. They're often chugging them down. And then finally, they're oftentimes doing some sort of like exercise, sometimes extreme stuff, after or during their consumption of them. And those factors all together, Melissa, they're going to amp up their cardiovascular system, kind of over-amp it. And on the flip side, they're making it work harder and harder. So some of the things we've seen, Melissa, in our children are higher blood pressure, irregular heart rhythms, having kind of nervousness and even seizures, GI complaints. And of course, you know, that they find it hard to sleep if they're really amped up on the caffeine.
And so we're talking, I mean, that sounds terrible, especially the things that are going on with their heart. Could this cause, when you mentioned abnormal heart rhythm, that definitely got my attention. Could this cause long-term damage?
We believe so, Melissa, especially if it's being done on a kind of a regular basis. Like there are people out there that are consuming these energy drinks, you know, 1, 2 or more every day. They're kind of using it like their pick-me-up. And we are seeing long-term complications of that. We're seeing people that are coming into hospital because of complaints, and children. So what I say to people, Melissa, is, you know, we go along with the American Academy of Pediatrics, which they basically say that energy drinks should not be consumed by any children or adolescents. And also they recommend a cap of about 100 milligrams of caffeine for most kiddies. So, I mean, you know, caffeine is not just in coffee and energy drinks, Melissa, it's in a lot of things. I mean, for example, an Oreo or a chocolate chip cookie has a couple of milligrams of caffeine, but, you know, those generally are not going to get them anywhere near 100 milligrams. So what we recommend is, number one, avoid the energy drinks, and parents out there, do not buy your kids energy drinks. It's not just the caffeine either, Melissa. There are other things in these energy drinks that, you know, there are all sorts of herbal supplements, and there's lots of sugar as well. And we think there's some sort of interaction going on between these things, which is causing the abnormal effects on the body. So don't get them. Alternatives, of course. If the kids need to hydrate, we always recommend water, number one. If they're going a little bit longer, if they're sweating a lot more, in the heat of Texas, of course, sports drinks like Gatorade and other things, which can replace some of the electrolytes they're losing in their sweat, are also absolutely safe alternatives.
Sounds like it's time to talk to the kiddos and explain why, not just say no. It is not good for them, and from all the facts you gave us there, I don't think anyone could probably argue with that one. Dr. Higgins, thank you for taking time from UTHealth today.
Thank you, Melissa, and hydrate sensibly for all of you kiddies and the adults out there.
Great advice coming right there from the doc. Have a good day.